As a kindergarten teacher, I want to share with you the value and the importance of an early learning experience for youngsters as they enter kindergarten. Those early learning experiences in a quality preschool or a parent and child teaching, working together program really helps set those building blocks for future learning. Well, Pleasant Valley Neighborhoods for Learning helps embody that child and parent working together, and that is so important, as parents and their families are a child's first teachers. We know that children learn best when they are comfortable in their own families, when they're supported by their own families. And then as an educator, we can embrace and support all of their learning and value their culture, their beliefs, and their value system.
There's been a great response. We service a lot of parents, some that can afford preschool, some that can't. This isn't a preschool. We really try to educate the parents on developmentally appropriate activities that they could do at home with their children. We give out Play-Doh recipes so they can make Play-Doh at home. We really encourage them taking their kids to the library for story time and reading every night to their children. We encourage, how to help their child recognize their name, how to write their name when they're older, when they're young. We emphasize really the importance of just really letting them experiment with sensory things like Play-Doh, like water, like shaving cream. So we're here to be a coaching model to the parents so that they can really understand that they are their child's first teacher.
There are 6 core strengths for healthy child development, and these strengths are the building blocks for a child's healthy development. Together, they form a strong foundation for that child's future, for his happiness, her productivity, her emotional health. Attachment is the capacity to form and to maintain healthy emotional bonds with another person. This strength is the cornerstone of all the other strengths. It first starts in infancy as the infant interacts with a loving and a responsive caregiver. This creates that baby's very first relationship. A healthy attachment in this very first relationship will allow a child to love and to be loved, to trust and to become trustworthy, and to be a good friend. It will also be her positive role model for all of her future relationships. The Pleasant Valley Neighborhood for Learning's programs help that parent build that first healthy relationship with their child.
The important foundations of literacy in all school learning and achievement happens when children are so very young, and the best ways for children to learn all the complex things they need to learn is in the context of their home and their family and their extended family and their community. For example, we've talked about the research of Bruce Perry and how the new research on brain development shows that at birth, before birth, babies are wired to learn at an amazing capacity. So I see it as our job to provide opportunities for parents and families and children to help what the babies are physiologically programmed to do by the way that brain is wired to use this potential to progress. So that's why I was so excited to hear about the Parent and Child Together model.
I was a mom with twins, and I was home and never really went out of the house. I was so overwhelmed. It was so hard on us. It's, our first children, and my husband would go to work, and I would just be there with the twins, and I have a friend that came over and saw that, you know, how stressed I was, and she had mentioned about the neighborhood for learning in Pleasant Valley, and so I, of course, you know, I just kind of listened to her thinking, yeah, right, I'm going to go out with these two twins, you know. Well, she was persistent, and she came over here, and she picked up a flyer, and she brought it back to me, and she said, here, and that was Janet.
Right.
She said, here, this is where you need to be. This is where you will have support, and it will be okay for you to take the twins. It will be fine. And probably 2 weeks passed, and then I made the phone call.
One of the best things we ever did.
It was a bet, I know, yes.
We took our now 3-year-old son to his 2-year checkup, and I was expressing concerns because his vocabulary was very small. And what he did say, we had trouble understanding. We have 2 older children at home also. And we had trouble understanding, and it was causing frustration in the family, just, you know, trying to figure out, does he want milk? Does, you know. So our pediatrician said, well, let's get a speech evaluation. And we went, Tri-Counties had a speech evaluation, which he did not meet the criteria for, barely. And the representative said, well, there are other options. One is the Pleasant Valley Neighborhood for Learning. It's been wonderful, and the changes, the advancements he's made in a year have been great.
What I liked about the program and coming here is watching him interface with the other children, but also listening to the instruction. And the way it was delivered, the way the help was given to Sam and to the other children here, and it's something that can carry back and replicate at home.
Our son, he had some speech problems, issues, wasn't talking a whole lot, and the program here actually did a developmental evaluation for him here called Ages and Stages questionnaire. And we found that he did have some issues, some speech delays. And they also referred us to Tri-Counties to do an evaluation, which led us to some early intervention so we could take him to some speech therapists. He went from barely talking, we did the evaluation, got some speech help, and you know, now he's talking like crazy. So it was something that we might not have recognized ourselves, but you know, alerted us to the fact that he probably needed some help, needed some intervention, and so that was a good opportunity.
Really appreciated the patience that he's had both teachers here, they have had with him. The stuff we learn in the class, he initiates at home, songs. He'll repeat the art activity at home. You know, we did eggs, where we had to tear the paper and glue it on, and he did that at home, and it carries through the whole week with him. Are you thanking that friend now for that?
Oh yeah, every time I see Janet, I thank her, and I'm always telling her that I'm still involved with Pleasant Valley Neighborhood for Learning. I'm still involved. The twins are now 4 years old. They became 4 in December, and
it was a great experience.
It was a great experience.
Blue, there you go in here. What color is it? Green. Give me a high five. Woohoo!
The parent and child together learning model is cutting edge because we recognize that the parent, that caregiver, is the key to that child's healthy development, and that the Pleasant Valley Neighborhood for Learning incorporates that education to the parent about brain development and how every one of the experiences that a child experiences in early childhood from 0 to 5 impacts that child's brain. And when we educate the parent on that, then that parent will be able to take that back into the home with them, and will interact perhaps in a different way with that child's siblings, with other children that they're at playgroup with. That's what makes this model cutting edge. We recognize that that caregiver is the key.
¡Ay, qué bonito salta!